Hey everyone, Ben from Living Survival, and today we're going to take a look at one of my new favorite pieces of gear. We're going to look at a pack from Geigerrig as well as their hydration engine. We saw it at SHOT Show and it's been requested on the channel a few times, so we have one today to take a closer look. So first let's take a look at the pack I have from Geigerrig. This is their Rig 1600. It comes in a more outdoor version and also a tactical version with some MOLLE webbing, which is the one that I have with me today. So they do make a few different styles of packs, more for outdoors, running, hiking, things like that, and then they make a few tactical style versions as well. The Rig 1600 has some of the features that I always look for in a pack, including the elastic on the sternum strap, the adjustable sternum strap that goes up and down. And one feature that you might notice is a little bit different is it has the holder for the bulb, the pressurization system for their hydration engine, which is in the back of the pack. On this side you have the drink tube. It actually comes with an insulated drink tube on this particular pack. There's a little clip here to stow your drink tube when you're not using it. I find that's very handy. You can see it's very sleek and streamlined. Now this pack fits me very well. It also does come with a removable hip strap, which I actually took off. It's a 26 liter or so pack, so in that size pack I'm not going to overly load it down, and therefore I really don't need the hip strap. You'd probably want the hip strap or the hip belt if you were riding a bike or something like that, where the pack could swing back and forth. But just for a day hike, for what I have it set up for at the moment, I took off the hip strap, but we'll still take a look at what it looks like. Again, on the shoulder strap here you have your bulb to pressurize your system. It's very easy to use. You can simply just pump it up while you're moving about. It just fills around the items in your bag, which is nice, so you don't have to worry about that. It also does have a little bit of a mesh hole down here for the other side of the bladder, or the other side of the pump, to draw in air. That was something that I was wondering how it was going to work inside the tube here, but they did think about it. There's got some mesh there so it can draw in air, and again you're just pumping up this tube which pumps air into the hydration engine. Now if you don't have a Geigerrig specific pack, they do make a bulb holder or a pump holder that you can velcro onto any pack, making the system that's inside work for any pack that you might have. So this is the Rig 1600 made by Geigerrig. It's a 1600 cubic inch or approximately 26 liter pack. It did come with black zipper pulls, high quality zips, did come with black zipper pulls, but I went ahead and sort of made it my own by adding my own zipper pulls, a little bit easier to see on a black pack. Now the tactical version that has the MOLLE webbing on it comes in 3 different colors, a coyote, a multicam, and a black, which you see here, and then you can also get it in a less tactical version, but I did want the MOLLE webbing. I do often clip things to here using carabiners and things like that. I did have my knife clipped on here earlier. I can just throw a Mora on or something like that and take it with me by clipping it out onto the outside of the pack, so I do like that. Up top, a grab handle. It's well stitched, box stitched. Don't have to worry about that coming undone. On each side you have 2 compression straps, one up high, one down low, so you could put something in here like a saw or something, or a very small axe. You could ride that in there and then compress it down. You could also throw maybe a jacket or something and compress it down. On each side you do have a zippered compartment, which sort of works as 2 wings off the side of the packs. A lot of times you'll see mesh compartments for water bottles and things like that. The pack itself is really just this slim center, and then you have these 2 accessory packs. It is a nice change to have some zippered pockets on the outside, and I'll show you the contents of what I have in there in a moment. On the back here you can get a better idea for how low profile and slim the pack really is. You do have some very nice foam molded padding here with the air mesh. These straps as well have air mesh, and so it is very comfortable to wear. Again, on the shoulder straps you have the elastic sternum strap, which is adjustable up and down, the drink holder, which nicely goes through the strap here on the side with a strap clip, and then this pack comes with the insulated drink tube, a great thing to have for keeping your water from freezing in the winter and keeping your water cool in the summer. It does have a lumbar support here. Now I mentioned there is a hip belt that goes with this. I have the hip belt off at the moment. I really don't need it with a 26 liter pack, but I'm going to go ahead and show that to you as well. On this side of the shoulder strap, the tube for the air hose again is well hidden inside the strap, and then it comes down to the power bulb, which is what they call it. This allows you to pump up the hydration pack in the back. Again, it is very nice that it's built right into the pack. Again, you can get a separate Velcro one for adapting this system to any pack that you currently have. As far as compartments, again, we have the 2 side compartments. So down here in this compartment, I have some rope, some paracord here for hanging my tarp up, and then I have my multi-tool. Great little area for holding some tools, extra cordage, things like that that you would want to readily access. Generally, I set my tarp up first, so I want to have access to my cordage right away. Then on the other side, same pocket. In this one, I have a container of stormproof matches, and then I have my little MSR pocket rocket stove. Again, something that I want to be able to readily access pretty quickly, so I can get that going. I'm going to get some water on the boil in a moment here and make up a hot drink. Disconnect the compression straps from the side, and you have 2 main pockets here. The front pocket does fold quite a ways down. I believe it'll fold all the way down. You can see here the zips continue all the way down. I'll just fold it down to the compression straps here. You'd want to take those off to fold it all the way down. I got my hot chocolate here. I've got some gloves. I've got my Aquamira water treatment, which we'll take a look at in a moment. Then there's some mesh pockets here that go all the way down to the bottom. On this side, I just have my saw, and then there is this sort of admin pocket or sleeve that you can tuck in behind this other mesh portion here, which I have the water filter, which we'll talk about in a moment as well. But you have several spots here for a pen, a little Velcro container, and then 2 zippered pockets. I've been using it to keep my extra batteries, so that works well as sort of an admin without being overly loaded down with pockets and things like that. I think it has the perfect amount. Then on into your main compartment here. This one does only zip down to the top of the pockets here, so that's nice. You're not going to lose all your stuff. Again, I have a tarp, fairly large tarp. This is a 10 by 10 tarp. I have the hip belt, which we'll look at here in a moment. I have my cook set, and that is all that I have in there. Now keep in mind, I did have a lot more room to be able to stuff things in there. It was about half full. And then on the back, you have 1 more compartment, which serves as your hydration compartment. Again, this is very well padded in the back here. There is also a plastic sheet in here. Now keep in mind, when you buy a Geigerrig system, generally you're going to get a plastic frame sheet that goes in. I didn't need it for this pack because it already has its own frame sheet, but you can see that it has its own custom pocket that comes all the way up here, which is nice, to house your hydration engine. A lot of packs, they will just have this back flap, and a lot of times what happens is your hydration, once it gets empty with water or low on water, it'll flop down, flop around. A lot of times the packs won't have a good hook system here, but since this system is tucked inside this elastic pocket here, and with the air that supports the water bladder itself, it works really, really well. And then on the inside here, you have a pleated system, which if I remove the water bladder, this sort of just pleats in, so that it gives you more room in here if you didn't have the water bladder. But the beauty of the system is that you throw the water bladder in full of water, you throw your contents in, and then you can go ahead and pump it up, and it's going to pump that air around whatever you have in the pack. So the hip belt or waist belt here is a very simple waist belt. It does have Velcro, so you can go ahead and slide that into the back of the pack very easily. Simply just put your hand in there to cover over the Velcro, and then you can slide this guy right through the back here, right to the center where that Velcro will match up on either side, and then you have a working hip belt here. The hip belt also does have some MOLLE webbing on it, and it also does have several pockets here that'll give you more storage for small things like your keys, or maybe your cell phone, maybe a GPS or something like that. So again, if I was going to use this while riding a bike or an ATV or something like that, I may want the hip belt, click it in for extra security. But since it's only a 26-liter pack, I don't have it loaded with too much stuff. I really don't need it, so I just take it off. So let's talk about what I really consider the star of the show here, the Geigerrig hydration engine. Now you have your 2 tubes that feed in from your shoulder straps here. You have your insulated drink tube, and then you have your air tube. Now the way they've done this is the air tube connects right up top on the top of the pack, which is nice. You can go ahead and just unclip that when you want to pull the system out, and then the whole system just pulls out very easily. Here's a better look at the air tube connection on the top there, and then you have your drink tube connection on the bottom. Now what's unique about this water bladder is that the air does not go into the chamber that the water is in. It has a separate chamber that fills up. What's nice about that is that you're not putting air into the system, so that when you're drinking it could possibly depressurize on you. Another thing too is that, as I mentioned before, it holds its shape inside your pack, so it's going to stay upright. I really like that capability there. And then this is a extra panel here of nylon, which is put on the pack, which you put this against the pack portion, and that serves as just a very durable layer. It's not going to get punctured or anything like that. If you watched my SHOT Show video, he took this thing and he jumped on it a few times. So these are very, very durable water bladders. This is the 3-liter water bladder, perfect for the Rig 1600. Another great thing about these water bladders is that the top comes completely off. We've seen this in a few other water bladders before, but a lot of them will have cleaning kits that you have to snake down in there with brushes and things like that. That is not the case. You just take the top off this one, and you can actually reach in there with your hand and pull this whole thing inside out, throw it right in your dishwasher and clean it. Or I just put some soapy water in the sink and just clean it off that way. Another thing with this wide mouth is that you can easily throw ice in there and things like that to keep your water colder in the summertime. So very high quality as far as the hydration bladder goes, very easy to use. Simply just fold that down and slide the top right back on, hook up your connections, and you're good to go. Again, with the quick connects, it's very simple to hook back up. I'm just going to connect in my drink tube here to the bottom, and then I'll go ahead and just slide this right back in to the pocket that is made just for this bladder here, and slide it all the way down into the bottom. And then I will go ahead and just hook up my air hose to the top here. Again, it's nice that it's placed right at the top. You get a positive click there. I can go ahead and just zip this back portion shut and go ahead and inflate my water bladder using the bulb on the side. So we can go ahead and just pressurize the system by pumping this bulb a few times. Now on a traditional bite tube, you're really the only one that can use it unless you want to share the valve itself with other people and their nasty mouths and things like that. This one, since it is pressurized, it allows you to spray the water, which I find is just awesome. So you can share with a friend, you can just squirt some water into their mouth, you can share with your pets and things like that. But also what the pressurized system allows you to do is fill containers very, very easily, just like you were using the faucet at home. That to me is a fantastic thing to have. You can spray yourself down, you can wash equipment, you can wash your dishes, as I'm going to do when I'm done with that. You could take a improvised shower out in the woods. So again, just having that pressurized system is hands down fantastic. So another very cool thing of the Geigerrig system is that they've teamed up with Aquamiria. Many of you are familiar with their filter systems. This is their inline virus filter. It also does bacteria, so protozoa, E. coli, Giardia, things like that, plus viruses. You can simply snap this inline and get filtered water on demand whenever you needed it. So generally, as I said, I'll fill up my 3 liters of water at home with filtered water. If I were to run out in the field, or if I were on a multi-day hike or something with the hydration engine, maybe in a larger pack, for example, I could refill at a river, lake, or stream, connect in my filter, depending on my filtration needs. Now, a virus filter, I'm really not going to need in Michigan. That would be more for like international travel, or if you wanted to be super safe. But you could also use the Aquamira drop system. Basically just put a couple drops of each in the system here, and it'll not only clean your Geigerrig and make it safe to use, but it'll also make sure that the water is safe to drink as well. Either filtration method is perfect for using this system as a bug out bag or survival kit. You could set this up as your car kit bag or your bug out, your ditch bag or something like that, and have that clean water capability right with the system without having to carry around heavy water bottles. And as I said, I don't even carry a water bottle anymore. I simply just carry my cook kit, and then I have 3 liters of water with me to cook, clean, hydrate, and all the other things that you can do with on-demand water that this provides. Really nice for cleanup as well. You can just spray out your containers, throw a little soap in there, and you're all washed up, keeping everything really clean. You can wash your hands very easily. Just spray your hands. And of course, on the move, you have on-demand access without having to suck. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, taking a look at the Geigerrig Rig 1600 pack, as well as their hydration engine. Like I said in the beginning of the video, 2 of my favorite new pieces of kit. I can see myself using this all the time. I've been carrying the Bladder, which I didn't do before, instead of a water bottle, and it works great for, as you can see, filling up bottles, sharing water, cleaning things off, and just general water use. It's very easy to clean. It's very easy to attach the filter if that's something that you're after. Generally on a day hike, I'm just filling up from home, my filtered water from home. I got 3 liters with me, but it is nice to know that if I did have to stop and fill up on the trail, I could do so and then filter it either with the drops or just by adding that inline filter. The Geigerrig and packs are great for any outdoor activity. I'm very impressed with the overall quality, the Cordura, everything that goes into the pack, and the engine itself. Of course, I'm going to leave some links below to Geigerrig's website where you can check out all their different packs as well as accessories and their hydration engine. I'm also going to leave a link to Amazon where you guys can pick one of these up for yourself. As always, anything that you purchase through my Amazon links does continue to help support the channel. Hope you guys give this video a big thumbs up for me. Make sure you share it to your friends and family on your social media. Would make a perfect gift, getting them that hydration bladder for someone that's into the outdoors. And as always, click that red subscribe button, subscribe to my channel for more videos.